Hey Twin Flames, welcome back. So this is going to be an daily energy check-in for both Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. So to get started, we're going to use the brand new, I'm so excited for these, Island Time Wellness Lenormand cards, and we've got the normal love cards, love oracle cards, and the awakening cards. So this is obviously for the Divine Masculine, and the pink is obviously for the Divine Feminine. So let's get started. Spirit team, let's see what's going on for the Divine Feminines today. I will remind you guys, if you're interested in purchasing a personal reading, you can grab one with me by heading to the link which is in my description box, or just head to hecatesmoontarot.com. All the information's there. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're not already. Okay, so we've got bouquet. So attraction, gift, happiness, abundant, affection, and gratitude. This is super, super amazing because the Divine Feminines have definitely been working on their abundance mindset and getting into the energy of abundance. I'm just going to make some room here. All right, let's see what's happening for the Divine Masculines. My nose is very itchy. All right, what's happening for the Divine Masculines today, please? Key. Wish card, unlocks hidden info, reveal, major turn, something that's needed, and yes. So these are keywords on the bottom here. So the Divine Masculines are finding the key today, and they've got the number 33 there. Okay, the key to something. All right, let's see what that's about, shall we? All right, so I'm going to get some tarot. We're going to be using the Crystal Visions Tarot for the Divine Feminine. Thank you, Spirit Team. Let's find out about this bouquet. What is this bouquet business about? Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is interesting. So Divine Feminines, you've been working on your abundance mindset, and I feel like for some of you there's a little bit of that lack creeping back in. Don't let this stir you, don't let this freak you out, don't let this worry you, because I really just feel as though this is giving you opportunities to learn how to get back into alignment when you're out of alignment, right? Because the truth of the matter is, if you hear that banging, I've got windows open in the house, and that's the bedroom door. The truth of the matter is, we can't always remain in alignment. It's one of those things where, it's one of those things where we have to work. Not necessarily work at it, but it's alignment is one of those things. You fall in and out of alignment. It's like an ebb and flow type energy. Just give me one sec, because Spirit is guiding me to put some music on in the background. One sec. I'm just going to put it on the TV. I'm also going to be filming the DM to DF reading as well today. Just in the background, beautiful. Yeah, so when you're feeling this sense of lack, Divine Feminines today or tomorrow or whenever, whenever that sort of, whenever you notice that you're out of alignment, that's not an indication that you're doing anything wrong. It's all it is. It's an opportunity for you to get back into alignment. And the reason that this is happening is for practice. Because eventually what's going to happen is when you feel yourself falling out of alignment, which it's not something as well that you have to police yourself on, so I really don't want you to worry about that. It's just helping, you're getting into the habit, right? You're getting into the habit of staying in the energy of it already being done. You already having your desire, okay? And I feel like Divine Feminines, we are in this stage right now where we're getting used to that after having not been in that energy. So like anything, practice makes perfect. Eventually it will become second nature. When we fall out of alignment, it will become second nature. The Hanged Man. Yeah, so there's opportunities here for you to see things from a different perspective, okay? For you to see the abundance So when you're feeling the lack, the way that you can get back into alignment is by looking for the abundance. So the best way that I can put the feeling of what Spirit's giving me is when you notice yourself feeling agitated, out of alignment, or whatever it is that you feel that's not of abundance, right? Take a minute to go, okay, where's the abundance? Okay, universe, show me the abundance. Or you can affirm to yourself, I recognize the abundance everywhere I go, every minute of every day. Justice. That's how you get into balance. Wow. And as well, look, 9 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, so wish fulfillment. As well with this bouquet card, right? Attraction. So not only is it physical attraction, it's talking about attraction, energetic attraction, attracting abundance, gifts and happiness, affection, if that's what you're trying to attract, and also gratitude. So that's being in the energy of gratitude there. All right, let's see what's going on for the Divine Masculines today. High Priestess. So they are becoming very aware of their surroundings, very aware of, look at this, we've got unlocks hidden info. This is High Priestess energy right here. Hidden info is revealed. Major turn. 2 of Swords. So they're finally understanding the truth of what has kept them not stuck, but at cross purposes with themselves. I'm hearing they're seeing opportunities here. The Star. This is wish fulfilled, wish fulfillment. The hidden info is allowing them to open this box of wonder, which is within themselves, right? They're no longer being defensive about what is hidden beneath, what is hidden in that box. They're letting that out. The Magician. They're letting that out and they're taking control of it in a way that they are able to, they're making use of what they've kept hidden inside. They're making use of that somehow. But they may meditate on this first with the 4 of Swords here, which is good. This is good energy. They're not sort of being, I'm hearing abrasive or, yeah, they're being patient and they're taking their time with it. They're thinking things through and they're allowing, we've got rainbows here. And if you follow me on Instagram, you should if you aren't already, for daily Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine Twin Flame updates. I'm also having a giveaway over on there at the moment. So if you'd like to enter the giveaway, definitely check out my Instagram. Rainbows is a sign for the Divine Masculines to, excuse me, today. So they're no longer, they're not being abrasive, they're not being rash. We've got 5 of Cups and it's just, it fell in reverse. So this is allowing them to sort of, this information, this hidden information within themselves that they are discovering. And for some reason, we're not knowing what that is. And I feel like we're not supposed to yet. This is allowing them to what's that word? It's cynicism. It's allowing them to come out of being cynical, allowing them to come out of cynicism. Let me just make sure that's the right word. Yeah. Yep, that's correct. So it's allowing them to become less cynical and less More yes and less no, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's going to make sense, but that's what Spirit's wanting me to say. It's changing them. This hidden information without them is bringing them more on board with anything, with you, with their connection with you, with things in their life. Then, yeah. Look, the World, 8 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, because they're learning a lesson here and it's getting them unstuck. It's getting them unstuck and out of this lack mindset. So when they're, and this is interesting because as they unlock this information and energetically passes over to us, and brings, that's something that we can take on to help us on our journey of abundance here. Let's find out some more of what the Divine Feminine is experiencing. Stalk, change, journey, relocation, a birth, pregnancy, or transformation. So it could be talking about literal pregnancy. Don't worry if that's not something that you've been planning. This is talking about change. So you guys are attracting change. You guys are attracting a new journey. Right? And the bumps in this journey are part of the transformation. And as I said, it's allowing us to learn how to get back into alignment. So when you find yourself out of alignment, I just keep feeling the need to repeat this. When you find yourself out of alignment, it's not to worry. It is an opportunity for you to get back into alignment. That's all it is. It's not, I'm out of alignment, my manifestation isn't coming. It's not that at all, right? Because as soon as you intend, the very first intention that you ever set to manifest something, until you decide you don't want that anymore, that manifestation's coming. We've got Lily, takes time, patience, mature, elderly, peaceful, experienced. So yeah, this is teaching you, this is allowing you to become a master manifester, but to also, as I said, practice makes perfect. Practicing this. Yeah, it's allowing you to anchor into the permanence, accomplishment, reliability, stable, secure, and routine. So this is helping you get into the abundance mindset, because abundance is a mindset. It's not something that you just wake up and choose to do one day and not the next day. To live in infinite abundance, to welcome in and live in a state of infinite abundance, it takes practice. It takes repetition. Let's see if we can find out more about this key for the Divine Masculines. Fish, abundance. So we've both got abundance. Abundance, opportunity, freedom, business success, ease, and fluid. So again, this key is they're unlocking the hidden info that is allowing them to welcome in more abundance. And as I said, it's getting rid of their cynicism, allowing them to get out of a cynical mindset. Snake, lies, cheat, deceit, jealous, desire, woman, can be other, attack. So that's interesting. We've got 33 and 34 there. I feel like they have this sort of like idea, a subconscious idea or belief that they've carried on, that something to do with when it comes to abundance, it's like, what is that? It's right there. With the snake card, they have this idea that abundance is only met by those who lie or cheat or scheme their way to get it. That this is like martyr syndrome. They think that by being a good person, to be a good person, you have to sacrifice abundance, that you can't be a good person and have abundance. This is the cynicism. And look, they've got the lily as well. Takes time, patience, mature, elderly, peaceful, experience. So it's really interesting because they're unlocking that information, and this is helping them, this is training them into their abundance mindset, out of their limiting mindset, out of their lack mindset. And the divine feminines are doing the exact same thing, but just in a different way. But for them, it's more, so for the masculines, it's that you can't have nice things and be a nice person. You can only have nice things if you're a shitty person. And that's not true. And that's led them to become cynical when it comes to abundance and money. And for the divine feminines, it's that it's eradicating the belief. But I feel like we've already done that. But for the divine feminines, for the sake of this comparison, it was that if it's not here, it must mean it's not meant for me. Whereas this is about reclaiming power and retraining the subconscious mind into seeing the abundance that is here, right? Retraining the mind to see the abundance, anchoring into that, anchoring into the permanence of that. Retraining the mind to see the abundance, to bring more of it. And that would translate over to the divine masculines. That will help them. They will not, because we are one, that will, when they receive their abundance, when they've dealt with what they're dealing with here, that will help them. And once they've dealt with what they have, that will help us. I hope I'm explaining that correctly. It gets a little bit confusing here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put the tarot away, and I'm just going to grab more of these, of these cards. I'm going to grab the awakening cards here. See what else we need to know. All right, what else do the divine feminines need to know? Okay, so divine feminines, it seems as though you can expect a loving message, or a message that of love or of care, a message from the divine masculines showing that they love you or care about you. It could be maybe they like a photo or comment on something that brings you a lot of love, or it sort of makes you feel good. There's something loving coming through the phone. Volcano, erupt, explode, triggers, respond versus react. Spurred into action, progress versus dormancy, test from the universe. Okay. I don't necessarily like the word test from the universe, but it's more like this energy of this is the alignment. Whether you're in or out of alignment, you a lot of the time you'll notice that you're out of alignment if you feel triggered. Other times it's when you feel frustrated or angry or nitpicky or whatever it is, a negative emotion, right? When it comes to this message of love, or this loving message, or this message through the phone, something through your phone that brings you a good feeling, you might get triggered shortly after, or you might get triggered by something else, or you might see something afterwards, or they may say something. Regardless of what it is, you get this abundance, and then you get an opportunity from the universe, an opportunity to check whether you'd like to stay in abundance or whether you'd like to go back to lack. So the best way that you deal with this divine feminines is by acknowledging, one, your trigger. I'm feeling triggered right now, but question it. That's responding versus reacting. Sacred masculine. Uniting your masculine focus and feminine creative energies. Service, awakened / awakening self or male. So this is helping you with this is help bring your divine masculine within yourself, right, into balance. Honoring the process. Old breaking down, new incoming. Allow love as it is. Inner work. Release attachment. Appreciate all. So this is what the opportunity is. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be hearing from your masculine, and I feel like something is said or something has happened, and you've got focus on vibration at the bottom here. You are sort of like, I keep going to use the word tested, but I don't like the word tested because it implies that the universe tests us. Well, no, it's not. It's just contrast and an opportunity to remain where we want to be when we have maybe veered off the path and we don't know, or when we're veering off our desired path and we may not be aware of it yet. It's an opportunity. A trigger is a good thing because it allows us to be aware of where we're at and allows us to make changes if we want to. Because a lot of the time our subconscious is running the show and we don't even realize it. So it's allowing the old to break down. I want you to see this as an opportunity, Divine Feminine. An opportunity to, look at this, we've got putting the heart back together and it's broken, and it's being broken here. So it's not being broken after putting it together, it's putting it together. It's allowing you to take a look at, okay, what else, what other area needs to be cleaned? What other area needs to be repaired? It's an opportunity. I promise it's an opportunity. And if you view it that way, that's viewing the abundance. That is abundance mindset. There's something here with, this makes me think of something to do with your relationship with your father, or the father wound here. So there could be father wounding stuff coming up here for you that has to do with this event or this situation, Divine Feminine, that's allowing you to heal that. Yeah. So the father leaving, or the father not being there. Something about the father and the mother either not being, I'm hearing wedlock, so something out of wedlock. Some of you may be finding out you're pregnant to your masculine out of wedlock, and maybe your masculine is coming to you, wanting to be with you. Maybe that's how union happens for some of you, out of wedlock. It doesn't mean that you're repeating the same, and maybe that's sort of happened with your mother and father. That's not repeating the same thing. It's sure, the same situation's happening, but it's different because you guys are twin flames, they weren't. And it doesn't mean that just because you guys get together that way, your union begins that way, that it's going to end the same way that your parents did. As well, I'm hearing that there is something to do with divorce or separation between the parents. This wound is coming up to be healed because for some of you, this is some of you are getting engaged soon, and there's a little bit that needs to be healed with being confronted with that actually being a possibility, because right now you're not engaged to your masculine, you're not married to your masculine, so that's the idea of divorce or separation isn't at the forefront. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. This is the partnering up. So there's something. Some of you might be getting a message from your father that ends up, oh, this is in there again. Oh, I think there's 2 decks in here. Wait, what? Oh, it's a double deck. Okay, that's good. I was gonna put them away to use them for the masculine, but that's not the case. I don't need to do that. Yeah, some of you may hear from your father or some father figure, or something may come up about the father and may trigger the father wound in some kind of way, even if you're on good terms with your father. Yeah, look at this. There's something to do with like dealing with the idea of separation after union and separation after marriage. There's something to do with that here that's going to be really important for you guys to deal with, Divine Feminines, because a lot of you are manifesting engagement and proposals. So a lot of you are getting engaged soon, and that's what's going to, especially if you're already in a relationship with your masculine, that's what is going to bring in union. That's what signifies union. I feel like for me that's what that is, because George and I have been in a relationship for almost 2 years, and our separation only began end of last year, just after my birthday. And I feel like we're in union, but I feel like real, like, energetic boom, now we're in union, begins when we become engaged. I don't know why, I just feel like that's our path. But anyway, we've got here, we are one. Connection versus illusion of separation. And this is the thing, our parents, or, you know, if you had parents that were married or whatever, and, you know, maybe you had parents that never got married. Maybe you have a mum that never got married, or a mum who's only ever been engaged, and it not working out or not becoming solidified. There's a wound there that needs to be healed. Family / tribe. Spiritual complete love attracts completely. Spiritual complete love attracts completely. I have trouble seeing the commas here. So this is the reminder of the twin flames, the promise of union, the promise of divine love. And I know that I guess I could say, like, and you know, I'm on this journey with you guys, so being real here helps me help you. And I guess you could say, yeah, there probably is still a wound around, you know, divorce is a thing, falling out of love is a thing, and having to reconcile that with the fact that, yes, but this isn't a regular relationship. This is different. We are twin flames. It's not the same thing as our parents. And, you know, reconciling the idea that this journey is, as much as we know the journey, we don't know what it entails. So who's to say that twin flames can't get married and then get divorced and then get married again? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it's like there's absolutely no guarantee. And I think it's going to bring up some stuff. So what is it about? I want to know more about what this sort of, like, the volcano and the message on the phone of love or something that is triggering. You can't make it up. I don't know what that has to do with like the phone with an actual ring though. Some of you as well are seeing that your masculine is getting engaged or not divorcing the karmic like you thought. That's the cycle. That's the cycle that needs to be gone through. It's the illusion of happiness. Some of you, you're going to hear from your masculine. They're gonna literally say, let's get married. Let's elope. Let's get married. Some of you are going to get a wedding invitation. Some of you might see friends getting engaged, and this is triggering. Because you wanted to be the first one. Or because that's what you want. And if that's the case, I want you to know that when you start to see people around you in your immediate circle, like 6 degrees of separation type thing, have what you're wanting, that is an indication that what you're wanting is literally right there, and the universe is like, are you going to claim this or are you going to whinge about it? Are you going to claim this or are you going to whinge and tell and push it away because you can't physically see it as yours, but it's physically in your reality because there's proof of it? Yep. Okay. So I'm calling it now. Some of you that are like in my situation, you're going to start to see friends getting engaged. That's what you're going to see, and it's going to trigger. But hey, that's a good thing, because it lets you know that you're out of alignment. When you're in alignment, you see that as a sign. You go, oh my God, they're getting engaged. You're hearing about something over the phone. Okay, Divine Feminines, I want you right now to go pause this video, and I want you to go onto my Instagram whenever you're seeing this, and I want you to find this post, May 18th, 2022. This is today's energy, and I want you to go and I want you to look and I want you to read this. Okay, but because this is today's energies, as I'm filming this is what I channeled today. And I want you to look and see the signs for the Divine Feminines telephones. Ooh. So some of you are going to be hearing about an engagement or receiving an engagement. Could be from family. Yeah, could be, you're going to be hearing about an engagement. Literally, that's come out twice now. This is an opportunity for you to get excited, because that's what's coming for you. It's not an opportunity for you to go, oh my God, it's happening to everyone but me. If that comes up, please don't be hard on yourself. Acknowledge that and go, you know what? Okay, but let's change it. My huggy bear, giving or receiving support, friend, child, inner child. It's your inner child feeling like they're missing out. So go back and listen to my inner child healing episode on my podcast. It will really help. There's like a 5-minute meditation. Attachment, feeling loved, safe, young, new love. So your inner child might need some healing and nurturing. Yeah. Before that can happen, because it's wanting to happen. And this is why the universe does this, so that especially with twin flames, so that we can be prepared for these things ourselves. So some of you are going to hear, I'm really getting, some of you are going to see a friend, or like a friend from school, or someone that you know get engaged. This is signal that your engagement is coming. This is signal. That's a clear indication of a sign. Telephones, this triggering is giving you the opportunity to get into that vibration, get into that alignment, into alignment with that. We've got universe speaks, answers via inspiration, conversations, any synchronicity, repeating signs and numbers, songs, spiritual meanings of animals, okay? And happiness within the home. So Divine Feminine, that's what's happening today. Some of you, okay, depending on where you're at in your journey, you're going to be getting a sign. You're going to see people get engaged. That's a clear indication that your engagement is coming. Others of you, and it might trigger you. Others of you, it's what I said in the beginning about the father wound. Depending on where you are in the journey, right? So that'll indicate to you what needs to be worked on. All right, let's get some of these cards for the Divine Masculines today. Service to others. Uplifting others uplifts you. Joy, unity, vibration/flow increases. Helping humanity, heart-centered. So the Divine Masculines are really getting into their hearts today, getting into their heart center, living and experiencing today from the heart. Playful energy too. George and I just got back from doing our grocery shopping, and I want to tell you a story. We were waiting in the traffic. There's lots of traffic today. Lots and lots and lots of traffic. If you read the Instagram post, you'll have saw that I explained that we were stuck in traffic. That's an indication to me that the universe is, again, testing us, but giving us the opportunity to choose what kind of alignment we want to be in. Do we want to be in alignment with our goals and with our desires, or are we going to be in alignment with lack? It's giving us the opportunity to consciously take a minute to realign. It's the opportunity to realign. and we were in traffic on the way home, and I accidentally scratched him or something. And George does this funny thing, my DM, he does this funny thing where if I accidentally whack him or bump him and I'm like, I'm always so like apologetic, I'm always like, oh my god baby, I'm so sorry. He'll like make it lighthearted, and he'll go, I pretend to die. It's really funny. Anyway, so we were doing this in the traffic, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, because like my nail like dug into his hand, and I grabbed his hand and I was like kissing it, and he was like laughing and giggling at me or whatever. And then I turned over and I saw that this car next to us in the lane next to us, it was like an older couple. They'd obviously watched that whole thing, and they had the biggest smiles on their faces, and they just like they got so much joy from seeing us be us. And that really is what the twin flame journey is about. That honestly is. And that made me feel so good to know that in a moment of traffic, two sets of strangers, you know, two strangers were moved by our love. Like, they just looked so happy, and it looked like it brought so much joy to their day, seeing two people young and in love, and it probably reminded them of them. Or maybe they were twin flames too, who knows? But it was really sweet, and it touched me to know that they witnessed our love, because I could just sense that love was given to them through us. And this is, look at this. The masculines, I feel like maybe it's the masculine's friend, or someone the masculine knows shows the divine feminine this message, or gives this message of love. Okay, so there's a couple of things here. So firstly, they're in this energy of love. They're really just living from their heart space today. So they're going to be giving the divine feminines a message of love, and we are going to do a DM to DF reading today. So stick around for that. The other message is that for those who are about to be proposed to, for some reason I'm being brought to this. Maybe the divine feminines hear something. Maybe someone lets it slip that the divine masculine's like a friend or a sister or something, or a family member, or for whatever reason the divine feminines are onto it. And I feel like maybe the divine feminines try and sneak around, or try and get a little bit of information or a clue out of the divine masculine, what they're planning or something like that, and it makes them triggered because they cover it up very well, or something like that, if you can understand what I'm trying to say. Or a friend of the divine masculines, or the divine masculine shows you someone that you guys know collectively. Oh look, such and such got engaged. Might trigger you. Something like that. Don't allow this to separate you. And I feel like they are no longer feeding into the illusion of separation anymore either. Divine feminines, the divine masculines are realizing we are one, and they feel it. Yep. This is the second time they've got this card. So much love here. So much love. Oneness. Togetherness. Union. Tinted lenses. Past/story affects your perception. Truth versus conditioning. And outside influence. Look and hide. So I feel like the divine masculines are no longer looking through tinted lenses. They're the lenses of the mother. They're no longer looking at the relationship through. They're no longer looking at the feminines as the mother. Like, they're no longer perceiving, because this is what it says: affects your perception. Truth versus conditioning. The conditioning of the mother. A lot of the masculines have mother wounding here. The conditioning from the mother. They're no longer. They've shed that completely. They've shed that. And this is allowing more chemistry in the connection. Best person to learn the lesson from. See who/what attracting wounds passion, duality, love versus lust. So there's a lot of chemistry coming through here on the masculine side toward the feminines. They're seeing their feminines as the sacred feminine. They're no longer seeing the feminines as this nitpicky mother energy. Yeah, this is what was causing some sort of separation, and they sort of understand that whatever happened with their mother and their father, or their mother and their mother's partner, or whatever it is, whoever they saw their mother with, that sort of, isn't that interesting? They're dealing with this too today. Look at this. It's going from the broken rings, the separation, to, okay. So they're really, really in the energy now, wanting to propose, wanting that union, wanting that, what would you call that? Engagement, that next level, leveling up. Look at this. Again. So, this is indicating to me the cycles. 2 relationships that didn't work out. So the divine masculines have seen their mother go through 2 marriages that didn't work out, or their father, their relationship with the divine masculine's father and the relationship with their stepfather not work out. And what? They've learned, oh, okay, that's really interesting. They've learned lessons from that. Whether they realize it or not, yeah, giving or receiving support, friend, inner child. The inner child is, look at this. They're able to give love because they're no longer triggered by, okay, some of the divine masculines have witnessed their mothers go through failed relationship after failed relationship after failed relationship, and it sort of gave them this sort of like this instability, because for a lot of them they had to be the one to repair their mother every time. And this time around, I feel like some of their mothers may be going through a breakup again, or a separation, or a divorce, or yeah, some sort of separation from their partner or their fiance or something like that. And they're no longer in a position where they have to nurse their mothers back to health. And it's so freeing for them. It's almost triggering, but they are so freeing for them. Progress. They've made progress here. Feel it to heal it. Doing inner work. Recognize wound. Feel. Grieve. Accept. Forgive. Release. Transcend. And peace. Look at this. Peace. And they're happy within the home, within themselves, and within the home with the feminine. And as a result, what's the result of that? Honoring the process. What's the result of that? Mother Earth, grounding, restored balance, connects back to self and body, calming, natural, organic. So the divine masculines have been operating in such a, look, there's a telephone again, in such a disconnected, what's the word? Dissociative state for years due to this wounding, this mother wounding, and this having to look after the mother through her many relationship failures due to her not healing herself. And the masculine being free of that, they're connecting back with the self, with the body, which is allowing them to realize what it is that they truly want, right? Which is love, which is to solidify things. They're no longer scared to dwell in the love between the feminine and them. Into the sunset, happy new beginning. Putting self first. No longer settling. Just breathe. Deep diaphragmatic breathing, clearing energy, spiritual connection, meditation, being present and surrender. So they're being present, they're surrendering. Some of them might be doing meditation, but others of them, they're feeling really connected to spirit, which is good. Divine Feminine, let them do this. You need to do your thing. The Divine Feminines, the Divine Masculines are following their inner guidance here. Ongoing negativity creates more of it. Vibe of lack or not having it yet blocks. Gratitude raises vibration. So they're trusting their inner guidance here when it comes to, this is the key. This is the key. This is what they've unlocked. All of this that we've just gone through, that's what they've unlocked. The fish is the opportunity, right? The opportunity to patiently go through this, listen to their inner guidance, and they realize that their negative thinking, look at this. This was that mother wounding. I feel like the masculines secretly resent their mothers. Or they have. For a lot of them, a lot of the divine masculines, the mother, even if they're on good terms with their mum, even if they love their mum has been their karmic. And look at this. Lies, cheat, deceit, jealous, desire, woman, can be other, attack. So a lot of them, their mothers have had this like, this hold on them. It's energetic hold on them. Even if they don't talk to their mother much, they've distanced themselves. Yeah, their mother has had this like hold on them for way too long. And I feel like the divine masculines are now sort of seeing their way out of that. Metamorphosis at the bottom of the deck, rebirth, transformation, higher consciousness through suffering, reflection and introspection. They're reflecting. They've been reflecting on this. Okay. Let's get some of these. These are blank cards that came with these decks that I've written on. Let's get some guidance for the divine feminines here. Ooh. Belief system check. This is what I said. This trigger is giving the opportunity to check the belief systems. Time to relax and blockages. Yeah. So blockages come up. When blockages come up, check your belief systems. Get into realignment. Decide where you want to align and whether you want to realign. Right? It's the opportunity to realign. Take time to relax because there are blockages. All right, let's see what's going on with the divine masculines today. Something to do with within the year. So divine masculines, if you have a question about timing, the answer is within the year. Take a minute to breathe. That's like grounding energy. Take a minute to breathe and realign. Put yourself first and set healthy boundaries. I feel like something to do with the mother in the next few months. So, yeah, take some time for some self-love. It's a must. Put yourself first, set healthy boundaries, take some time for some self-love. Take a minute to breathe in the next few months and within the year, this year, right? Something to do with within the next few months. Let's see if we can see what it is that's happening within the next few months for the divine masculines. Remember how we had this? The open lock. Open and joyful heart, vibrational match, emotional freedom, head meets heart, forgiveness of self and others, union. So a lot of the divine masculines are wondering when union's happening or when the right time is to propose, is to propose union, or is to your gift to humanity begin self-mission, and within the next few months, using life challenges / experience to help others going through the same, sharing your gift your authentic way. Wow, that's really powerful. So the masculines are coming into in the next few months. Okay, so I feel like for this group of masculines, their purpose, their mission is twin flame mission, as well as they have personal purpose, but they have somehow they help others through what they've learnt relationally. Rock your own beat, unapologetically you and loving it, embracing uniqueness versus conformity, honoring your own needs and boundaries. Wow, super, super, super powerful. I know that the divine masculines have really had an issue with this. And you know what's interesting? Like, okay, so for example, this morning, we went to go and get some breakfast, and I didn't feel like ordering, and I usually order at this place. I didn't feel like ordering, and I told George, but I should have told him sooner. Anyway, I think I sort of just assumed that he would just, it was early and I wasn't awake yet, basically. I didn't know, but someone, like a friend from work, he wanted to introduce me to her. I saw him say hello, but I turned straight to go and pick our drinks while he was saying hello, you know, letting him do his thing. There was music playing in the place, and I didn't hear that he was trying to introduce me to her. Then went up and went to order, and I was like, okay, well, can you order? And he was like, well, I don't know what we want, but we were both freaking out. So I was like, okay, I took action. And I was like, do you want this? And he goes, no, just get all the same, because it's too hard. And I was like, no, do you want that? Like, quick, do you want that? And he was like, oh, just get all the same, it's easy. I was like, no, do you, like, is that what you want? He's like, no, I want this. And I was like, okay. Then I asked for it. And then after, and I said, oh, who was that you were talking to? And he goes, oh, a friend from work. I was trying to introduce you to her. I said, what? I said, I didn't know. And I said, and what was with the attitude you gave me about, I asked you if you wanted that thing. And he goes, oh, well, you didn't want to order, and you were making it seem like it was too hard to order what I wanted. I said, no. I said, when you want something, you tell me what you want, and you get, like, I'll do it. Like, that's not a problem. The problem was I didn't want to order, but I'd gotten myself ready to order now. So what do you want? I'm there now. What do you want? Basically was the issue. And so this is honoring own needs and boundaries. I get cranky when he doesn't speak up, or when he, oh no, that's just easier. No, I'm going to get what I want. What do you want? That's what I can't stand, and that's what he's not used to. He's used to someone being, oh, great. Whatever suits me, great. Whatever's easy for me, great. And I'm not that type of person. I'm like, well, I'm going to get what I want. What is it that you want? Not, oh, no, whatever's easier. I'm fine. No, none of this people pleasing. Nope. And that's something that's very hard to get used to, when, especially in the mother situation, that's not what they're used to. So little things like that. And like, that's what you guys can get, that's what you guys can look forward to. And this is like the nutting out the details before union. This is what happens, but it also happens during union too, right? However you define union, like I would say that we're in union, physical union right now, because we're in a relationship, and this is like, you know, we're still obviously a year and a half in, a year and 8 months in, learning things about each other. A couple months ago, I had no idea that he had mother wound. I had no idea that he had father wound. I had no idea that he had been people-pleasing our whole relationship. I had no idea. I just thought we were that in alignment, but it took a toll. And then that's when separation happened. So little things like that, I feel like this is a huge day today, and I feel like things are really going to be coming into alignment. Both focusing on different things, but in the same way, and whatever both are individually working on, it's transferring to the other. So it's both it's benefiting both. It's killing two birds with one stone. Alright guys, I'm going to jump over and do the DM to DF reading. If you guys are interested in checking that out, please go do so. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for daily twin flame updates and check-ins. I'm more active on there, so you can DM me anytime. If you're interested in purchasing a reading, head to hecatesmoontarot.com. The link is in the bio description box. Like this video if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you in the next one.